This is Jordan Tower with JT News. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let's get right into it. Make sure you touch that like button, touch that subscribe button, destroy the like button, okay? And let's get into the little bit of news that I found that is a little interesting. So, we got Ja Rule. He says he influenced 50 Cent. He is 50 Cent's father, he's saying. Now, I can't even argue with that. He did influence 50. 50 made fun of Ja Rule making girl songs and singing on tracks. And he did the same thing. Now, that is a way of... that's a clever way of going at your enemy, you should say. But it's like, 21 Questions and all that stuff. He's singing on the song. He was kind of doing what Ja Rule does. Just Ja Rule went a little crazier with it earlier on. And he made fun of him for that, but then did the same thing. That's what was so funny about the whole thing. Like, 50 Cent was criticizing Ja Rule and tearing him down for things that he was doing himself. The only difference between Ja Rule and 50 Cent is 50 Cent really is from the street and really did do a lot of things he's talking about, and Ja Rule didn't. Ja Rule was just from an environment, but never was about that life. Irv Gotti and Ja Rule had people around them that were about that life. They weren't. They were the entertainers that had the power. When you're in power and you're an entertainer, right? People offer to do things for you. People offer to protect you. Comes with a cost, though, if they end up going to the can. You'd be paying lawyers and a bunch of other stuff. 50 Cent naturally had these people around him from doing what he did, okay? But, Ja Rule was tight because he lost the Hot 97. The Hot 97 had the Ja Rule versus 50 Cent yesterday morning. Ja Rule clearly lost, but I will never say that. Ja Rule has hit records. 50 Cent's just, some of them really didn't stand the test of time and some did. Ja Rule's, most of them didn't stand the test of time, but they still go. They still go. It's just that some of 50's lasted. They, like Many Men and stuff like that. That stuff still hits today. I don't think the birth, the in the club. I don't think that lasted the test of time. Honestly, people still play it, but it's like, nah. Candy Shop, no. Like some of these didn't, but you got 21 Questions and other ones like that. That just, they still hit with that vibe, and there's a lot of them. 50 Cent put more people on too, I think. He really took care of his people. Made Young Buck, Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo millionaires. Helped Mobb Deep out of a bad situation at MOP. Made him look good. Tried to help Mace, but Mace was unhelpable. Stuff like that. Let's get right into the next story. So we got Spoken Reasons. He's a comedian that started off on Twitter, then moved to Instagram and YouTube early on before the money was there. Now, he had a lot of attention in 2010, 2012 before he moved on to movies on social media. And he did help some people out. Now, this is the part of the game that I hate, okay? Now, there's a guy named, what's his name? Emanuel Hudson, okay? He is now on, Wild 'N Out. So when Spoken Reasons went up there, he called him out for, hey, you changed your number on me. You got Hollywood. Blah da da da. He really gave it to Spoken Reasons on there, right? And then he was talking about how he took content from him and your most viewed videos with me in it. That's the one. It's called Questions. If you want to YouTube Questions with Spoken Reasons and Emanuel Hudson, that's one of the biggest videos they did together. He kind of put Emanuel Hudson in the game at that point, flew him out, everything. He breaks this down after, because Nick Cannon allegedly sent some people after him in Atlanta, Spoken Reasons, because he was so disrespectful. Nick Cannon is just inserting himself in people's problems, If Eminem says something about Mariah Carey or something, he inserts himself. He inserts himself in a lot of problems with people. The 50 Cent, he had a problem with 50 Cent a while back. He inserts himself in problems. So, so Spoken Reason speaks about this after Nick Cannon sent some people after him. And he says that, I put on Emanuel, and he's ungrateful. And I can relate to that, man. You put certain people on when they had nothing. Instead of looking at that time like a stepping stone, have you noticed I don't really criticize people that I started with in this game, because without those stepping stones in the beginning, even if those people come for me, we don't have to say the name, certain people come for me over the past 10 years, and I don't really respond like that because I still have a respect for that person, that they were a stepping stone that I needed to accelerate my career at the time, and we both benefited from each other. But I respect that because I respect that relationship, because without that, things would have gone slower, you know? And I'm thinking about it from my perspective. It would have gone slower for me. It might have gone slower for that person too, but I still appreciate that person. Me and Emrek are two people that recognize this, and we helped each other a lot in the beginning. And we respect our friendship with each other. We're still friends to this day. We never let little things come between us. You know, we've had our arguments on the phone, but never in public. You know, you gotta respect people that helped you. Rec distributed my first DVD, and that was very important to me. And I'll always say that he distributed my first DVD called Burn, which led to the come up after that. You know, and even though we both made money on that, it greatly benefited me, and I'm forever grateful for that, you know? This guy, Emanuel, obviously isn't. He can't get past the past. He has grudges. You know, some people resent the people that put him in the game instead of respecting the people that put him in the game. And just, hey, you're on Wild 'N Out now. You're doing your thing. Get your attention. Anyways, I can't play what he said. I'll link it to the video below because there's too many swears in it, you know, and I'm sick of editing out people swearing crazy. It's like, it's just insane. But, you know, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and hopefully we start getting back to normal soon. We gotta open this country up, man. It's just too many people are losing everything they work for, you know. Get the mask, get the test, get the gloves, man. Let's get back to work. Appreciate you guys. This is Jordan Tower, JT News. And your local governor is the one that's supposed to provide that with federal assistance. Appreciate you guys. I'll check you guys in the next one. This is Jordan Tower, JT News. Peace.